What's up, YouTube? My name is Hunter. This is going to be my first video on this channel. I'm very excited because it's been something I always wanted to do. Kind of show my day-to-day life on what I'm doing, what I'm up to. And I like to have these recordings so I can always look back at them, just because it kind of shows how much has changed over time. And definitely, hopefully, y'all guys learn something as y'all kind of join me along for the journey. A lot of things will be happening in the video. For example, my work-life balance, and then also the business that I have on the side, as well as things that I, hope to achieve. I guess life goals, pretty much, and maybe some gym content as well. Definitely a lot of car content, because that's what my business kind of revolves around. And so very excited. The video that this channel is going to go on, that channel, I used to post on it, but I private all those videos because it's just not who I am anymore. It used to be a bunch of gaming videos. I literally just press record and just play with a bunch of friends. So definitely, change of, I guess, path. And that was kind of when I was younger. So I've always wanted to post videos where it's, showing my face and what I'm actually doing in real life, not just a video game. And so excited. I know there's not a perfect time to start. And we've been doing this car detailing business for about a year now. And so definitely want to show you the progress that it goes from, because all of us in the group, it's a group of 4, all of us in the group have goals for the business and definitely a vision for it. We want to make sure that this succeeds to where we can quit our day jobs, our full-time jobs, to be able to pursue that fully. And we all have our little side goals and stuff like that. And so I think overall we have a good group. But yeah, I pretty much just wanted to show you, start showing you guys what I'm up to, pretty much. And if you have any questions or any comments that you want to leave, just make sure you leave them down there. Make sure that you subscribe, because I will be I'm gonna try my best to be posting at least once a week, ideally, just to kind of probably give you a week recap. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I'll probably schedule my posts, like do a kind of like a whole recap of the week. So kind of show bits and parts of my day here and there, and kind of go from there and show a recap of the week. So that's like 52 videos in the whole year. So for me, that's a lot. But if you're on that grind, if you really want to pursue something like this, that's kind of what you have to do. And I know times have changed, but I think for me, the biggest thing is to be able to go back and look at how much things have changed over time. And so right now I just finished, I'll show you in the video, but right now I just finished organizing the storage unit. So should be good. Just finished organizing everything. It looks a lot better than what I came into. Have all the tool bag filled with the interior dressing sprayer, drill for any extractions, the steamer tool, extension cord, and the hose for the interior dressing. We just got our A sign. Cost around $270 for both the poster and the actual black frame itself. It costed around $275, but hopefully it is a investment that's worth in the long run, especially when we go out to details in like the neighborhoods that are targeted towards detailing. People who would actually detail, who actually want to detail. This would be a good option for that, to advertise that way, because sometimes people just pass by, don't really get any information just by looking. They don't feel like stopping. It's just more of a convenience to quickly take a picture and get our contact info. It has like a short description of what we do, and it has our QR code. That's our link tree. So once you scan it, you'll go straight to our prices and packages and our 2 social medias. But Then it goes on the back side, it goes our logo and just, you know, obviously car wash and mobile detailing. And then scan me, pretty much saying to get our information or contact information really quick. You can scan that. And I do know that while this sign is a little bit heavy, it's probably best to fill it up with sand, because if it's like a windy day, that will blow down and it could get damaged. We don't want that to break. And so yeah, we pretty much have 2 buckets or 2 foam cannons in there. This is all paint correction stuff, kind of like a project we're working on. It's not yet done, so you know, we're still practicing every day. Not every day, I wouldn't say every day, but any chance we get, like the weekends. Just because this week that we have in Houston, it is pretty rainy. So we can't really, you know, work on a car when it's like rainy, unless we have the privilege to work on a car in the garage. And then we got our pressure washer, our steamer, and then this bad boy right here is our tornado or air compressor. Once we get the van going, which I'll show y'all that soon on what van we're looking at right now, but once we get the van going, this right here will be a really good asset for us when we put it inside of the van. And so next we have the vacuum. I just changed out the attachments because we were rocking with this vacuum over here. Honestly, don't get me wrong, for what it was really good. You know, it was like, I think $50 at Walmart, and I didn't buy it, but they did make a good investment because this lasted us pretty much the whole year. So I would definitely recommend getting this. Just my opinion. I know there's probably a lot better options, and you can skip that, getting that upgrade, which is what we did. But definitely, I got to be honest, I am impressed with this on how well it stood up with all the stuff we had to do for the whole year. And then down here is just extra hoses that I'm not going to throw them away, but it's just extra hoses that we don't need anymore because we switched it out already. These are actually our hoses and stuff like that. Obviously, I was talking about this earlier. And then this, we replaced it with this one, which is one of our partners in the business. His name's Ulysses. He got this one. Basically, it shrinks like this, right? Instead of like, you know, carrying this around and having to rope it around, it's all stiff. This is very easy, you know, to just like put it into a circle and just, you know, get going. And so very good upgrade right there. Obviously, our box of chemicals is down there, and our little gadgets up here is the second one. So we have this big box. I know a lot of people tell me to get the pack out, Milwaukee pack out, but it's just way too expensive. This only costed us like $150, I think. The other one would have costed like us over $200. Very expensive, but I'm sure its quality is good. But for the time being, this will do. This will be more than fine. And then obviously up here is our little gadgets and stuff of tools. And then we have a reserve of like towels and, you know, stuff like that, because this is the thing we actually take out to like go detail. And so when we need to restock, we have some right there. We got our gallons. Our gallons of chemicals, everything from interior dressing to the foam to even we have bug spray as well, bug remover. And then also over here, we kind of keep it separate just because of room sake. But later on, we'll probably get better at organizing that shelf. But over here, we have Zep, Super Clean, and Folex, because those are I guess people call it, you know, a guy created it. His name was his username was ATF car detailing. He called it his secret sauce, pretty much, to get rid of stains and stuff like that. So you mix 3 of those. Just be very careful mixing them, because trust me, you won't want to wear a mask when you're doing stuff like this. Too much chemicals, it will affect you. I thought it didn't, but it did. Even just messing around with it for 5 minutes, it did affect me. So make sure you know what you're doing. But I believe it's like a 2-2-3 dilution with water. So, you know, don't do too much of the whole bottle. So just mainly it's going to be water, just to kind of dilute the whole thing. But you put all 3 of those into that spray bottle, and you should be fine. This actually should be going with us. Something right there. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we got going on. We got our table, our dirty laundry basket for, this is all dirty. So was used from previous, what the fuck? Sorry. This was used from previous details. So we got that going. And then also some brushes. We have we started, I didn't start it, but one of the partners in the business, his name's Ben. He started doing boat details, so I joined him on the first boat detail. So it's a funny story on what happened to this bag, because this bag was actually clean. Like, he's the one that organized it and everything. He knew all the stuff it needed to have, but obviously you can tell something happened to the bag. I'll kind of explain that, I guess, when he gets a chance to be part of the video to explain what happened. But yeah, it's a little funny story that I'll save for later. Besides that though, that's pretty much it. We'll probably continue doing both details. I honestly don't mind it. It was pretty good money as well in that kind of part of, I guess, industry, I guess if you want to call it, or area of work. Doing both details actually is pretty good. As long as you know what you're doing, mainly people want to get their boats polished and just clean on the inside deck, and sometimes polished on the inside deck, but you got to just be very careful with where you're polishing. You don't want to make the whole inside of the boat polished, and then the chemical you're actually using to polish actually makes it slippery. So, that could, mess the whole purpose of the inside up, of the inside to, protect people from like slipping and stuff like that. So definitely don't want that. But I think besides that, obviously you got your step tool, but it's a pretty small storage unit for the most part. So obviously that's pretty much it. I'll definitely get more in depth, and I'll introduce you guys to everybody on the crew or the team. And so I'll also plug in our business in the description just so you can check it out. If you do live in the Houston area, we can definitely get you for details. So make sure you check us out. We're always negotiable, and we're mobile, so we come to you. So a lot of big plans coming, especially with that. We're thinking about getting a van, and so, just want to show you the progress. If there might be a young person out there that wants to be a business owner, wants to kind of do their things on their own way, and not just. I know a lot of kids, they go to college, or they're thinking about going to college, and they kind of plan their life out like that. Me personally, I was just never big on college, and so I've always wanted to do my own hustle or my own way of making income. And so this is kind of my way. I'm kind of going along with that. I still work a full-time job, and so definitely have to fuel that dream one way or another. But overall, it's been going good, and I definitely will keep you updated on that. And so make sure y'all stay tuned. And I hope this channel also helps y'all as much as it will help me kind of organize my life better and start pursuing that goal of mine. So take care, guys. Stay tuned. See y'all.